think I need to tune this guitar here. But oh no, my phone is in the other room, which come on, it never is, right? But let's pretend like I don't have a phone and a tuner on my phone. How am I gonna tune this guitar? Well, luckily, I've got my trusty tuning fork in my case because it needs no batteries. It's completely low tech, and I've always got it there just in case there's a moment like this where I'm trying to play a beautiful song and there's a honking bad note in it. So in this video, I will show you all about how to use a tuning fork to tune your guitar. I'm Alan Matthews from Classical Guitar Shed. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe to this channel. All right, Tuning Fork 101, let's dive in. So let's look at this tuning fork. How is this thing put together? So to begin with, we have a single rod with a little ball on the end. Some don't have a ball on the end, but this one does. And then that breaks off into two, it's a fork, right? So it's two tines of a fork. You could actually eat your chicken and rice with this thing if you'd like to, or anything else. So these are the two parts of it. Here's the thing to know with a tuning fork is that when it's vibrating, it's these forks, it's the tines that vibrate. The single side doesn't vibrate, which means that you can touch it. So that's where you hold it. And you can just knock that against anything. You can knock it against your knee. You can knock it against a table. You can knock it against anything that you would like to. You can thump it if your fingernail is very strong. Anything that you'd like to do to activate these tines while holding on to the other side. Okay. So there's a couple of things that you can do with this now. So now it's vibrating, and what do you do with it? That's the next big question, right? So one, you need to be able to hear it. And that's the next step with working with the tuning fork is to be able to hear it. And so here are a couple of ways that you can actually hear this thing. The way that I typically do is get it vibrating and then let that hang between your index finger and your middle finger and be touching it there. So now your index finger is free. What you can do then is you can put your index finger over that ball on the end. So now your index finger is sticking out, and then get it vibrating. And then you stick that finger into your ear and it fills your whole head. It just fills your entire head with the pitch. And it also blocks any other sound out because your finger's in your ear. So that's a great way. You do that, and then you can hear it, and then you have a note which you can tune to, and we'll talk about that in just a second. So that's the way. So again, you hold it between your thumb and middle finger, stick your index finger over it, and then stick your index finger in your ear. That's one way to do it. Another way to hear this thing is to just stick the ball, get it vibrating, hold it by the single end, and then you can just stick it on your head, and it'll just fill your entire head with vibrations, different amounts, different places. You can stick it right on your forehead. You can stick it right behind your ear, which is a really good one, really loud. Anywhere you like. It's interesting, if you put it on one side of the head, you'll actually hear it kind of in the other side of your head. It's some kind of trick the tuning fork plays on you. But that's how to do it. The next way you can hear the sound of the tuning fork is to, again, holding it by the stem, put it on your guitar. And that enables your guitar to act like a nice resonating box and to just send the sound forth. You can put it anywhere on your guitar, but be careful. If you'd like to, you can touch the guitar with your finger first and then lower it to it. So that way you're really safe and you don't just bang it into your guitar and make a dent. So doesn't matter where you put it, you'll be able to hear it. So what do we do with it? Now that we can hear it, what do we actually do? The note that this is vibrating to is A440. That means that there's 440 little sound waves per second, and that is what makes the pitch of A. So, which A is it? If you play the harmonic on the 7th fret of the 4th string, that is your note. So you match that note with this note. Mess it around until it's just the same. So now you have two matching notes. You can compare them, get them perfectly in tune with each other, and then tune your guitar from the 4th string to the other strings. And we'll talk about that in just a second. So here's the order of events that I like to use. And that is first, play this harmonic nice and loud. To play it nice and loud, you put your finger over the fret, not where you'd normally place it behind the fret, but directly over it. Touch it lightly, don't press it in, and then back further, closer to the bridge, play that string nice and loud. I use my thumb, and that can give you a really strong harmonic. So once that thing is vibrating, then go directly, notice I'm just holding this in some other fingers, like a stogie. Press it, reach over, slap that tuning fork onto your knee, grab it, stick it into your ear, and now you have two things going on. You've got the vibration here, you've got the vibration here. You can also do it in the other order, which is get your tuning fork vibrating and then immediately play the harmonic. Left hand goes up to the tuning key and then you can turn it. And so now you're comparing one ear with the other. And that'll get it into tune. Once you then have that string in tune, you can tune with harmonics. You can tune 5th fret to the open string. However you like to tune it, you can tune your guitar to that string. The order for the tuning, in case you just don't know this, you probably do, but that is 5, 5, 5, 4, 5. So that means that the 5th fret of the low string sounds like the open 5th string. 5th fret of the 5th string sounds like the open 4th. That one's really out of tune. 5th fret of the 4th string sounds like the 3rd string. And then the 4th fret of the 3rd string is the same pitch as the open 2nd string, and then back to the 5th. So 5, 5, 5, 4, 5. And you can just use that, or harmonics, or however you like to tune, octaves. You can use that. Once you've got that 4th string in tune using your tuning fork, well then the world's your oyster. You can just tune from there, and you know that you've got a nice clear A440 concert pitch, perfectly in tune string to work with. So that is how to use the tuning fork. It's a great thing to have in your box just in case. It's also great because it trains your ear. So if you use an electronic tuner every single time, you're really not training your ear to hear it. I know a percussionist who's played for decades with symphonies and plays the big kettle drums, the timpani. And he has used a tuning fork so much that now he can just hold his finger up to his ear and hear that pitch in his head just from memory. The same pitch that he would hear here, he hears that in his head just by holding his finger up in that motion to his ear, because he's done it so much and his ear is so trained to using a tuning fork. And so you can train your ear much better to hear the nuances of the guitar, and especially your guitar. And so that way, when you are tuning, you'll get faster at tuning and you'll just get better at hearing the music that you're playing. So really good for ear training, really good for general versatility. They only cost a few bucks. Get one, put it in your practice space, and use it. You can then check yourself with the electronic tuner or app if you'd like to, but it's really good for you. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video on the modest little tuning fork that is so powerful to get your guitar into tune. Please subscribe to this channel, and best of luck in all your practice, in all that you do. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.